I mean, when you really boil it down to the people who are watching, just think about it. Like, what do you think YouTube wants?
What's going on? So today I'm going to share with you some of the top reasons, the top 3 in fact, that I see that makes you suck at YouTube. Now I don't really mean that you actually suck at YouTube. We all struggle when we first start out, or most of us do. There's only a very small percentage of people that just take off with YouTube without struggling at first. And so do not feel bad if you're struggling. You are right where you're supposed to be. If you just stick with it and you apply some of these concepts, I'm sure it will help you out. And in fact, a couple of these, Mr. Beast even spoke about in a recent interview that he still utilizes to this day to keep his channel growing.
I mean, when you really boil it down to the people who are watching, just think about it. Like, what do you think YouTube wants?
So be sure to watch this whole video because it's going to be very valuable. And if you like this type of content, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos as I post them. Okay, so let's get started. First and foremost, I have people all the time ask me to look at their channels to see if I notice anything that might help them get their channel up and running. And so again, these are the top 3 things that I see over and over again. And number 1 is, most people that ask me this question when I check out their channel, they're not capitalizing on the fact that YouTube is a search engine. In fact, it's the 2nd largest search engine to Google, which is its parent company. And because it is a search engine, that means you can do certain things to optimize your videos so they are found in the search results. So as people are looking for certain content, your video is going to pop right up there front and center for them to click on, and it will also show up in the recommended results. And so one of the things you can do is simply install a free extension like TubeBuddy, and you can utilize it to do things like exploring keywords. And so if you were in the gaming niche, which I have a channel that's in the gaming niche, and I wanted to do a video on Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8, TubeBuddy's going to show me all sorts of information regarding that topic. And it's even going to give me suggestions here in the related searches. So let's look at this. So right now it's just saying this is good, kind of on the downside of good, because the search volume is very high, but the competition is pretty high as well. So my video might not do very well if I just focused on Resident Evil Village. But again, if I go in here and look at related searches and see this one here, Resident Evil Village Lady Dimitrescu, and I click on that, now it's getting a little bit more interesting because now the search volume is still good, but the competition level is dropped a little bit. So simply by adding that, maybe simply doing a video on this specific topic, it's likely to do much better. And I can look at all of these and potentially create a list of topics to do videos on. But the idea again is we can play around with these results and come up with even better and better ideas. So we're not wasting our time putting out content that no one's going to watch, or that the competition level is so high no one's going to ever see it. And so again, number 1, I just simply see people not putting in the research to come up with very specific video topics, and they'll just put in random descriptions, random titles, and YouTube doesn't know what to do with that video. That's how YouTube decides where your videos go. So it's important that you pay close attention and do some research in how you title the video and how you describe the video, so that YouTube can put it on its platform where it needs to go, where it's going to get the right exposure to the right audience. So the next thing you're going to want to do that I see that a lot of people don't focus on, and this is something that Mr. Beast talked about again in that interview I mentioned at the beginning of this video.
If people are clicking your video more than they click other videos, and they're watching it longer than they watch other videos, that's like what YouTube wants, and I think that's how you just, be successful.
And that is, you're going to want to focus on 2 metrics, your click-through rate and your average view duration. And so YouTube makes this obvious that these are 2 huge metrics, because when you go inside your dashboard, you're going to see the most recent video you've uploaded is displayed there, and right underneath of it, front and center, here are these 2 metrics: impressions click-through rate and average view duration. And so the 2 biggest factors in click-through rate, that is how often people click on your videos when it is presented on the platform to them versus other videos that are presented at the same time. So the higher that number, the better, obviously, because YouTube's going to keep pushing that video around. It's going to say, hey, lots of people are clicking on this video, let's keep them on their platform, and let's show this video around the platform more. And so primarily that's going to be due to your thumbnail and your title. And again, what I see in people's thumbnails is just real basic thumbnails. Some people will actually even use the exact same thumbnail over and over and over again and just change the title. You don't want to do that. You want to keep your thumbnails fresh. constantly trying new variations. Now, you can have a certain style that you use over and over, maybe the same colors, same type of a layout, but you definitely want to change up what's on it, so that way you can constantly test it against other thumbnails and see which type of thumbnail works best for you. Then the second thing YouTube looks at is how long do people stay on your videos once they click on them, and that is average view duration. So that said, you can't just clickbait people, because it's not going to work on YouTube. YouTube's smart. It's going to say, wow, all these people are clicking on this video, but they watch 10 seconds of it and then they leave. So it must be sort of a clickbait type video. So you can't get away with that. You actually have to keep people on your video as long as possible and keep them on YouTube's platform. And if you do that, again, YouTube's going to reward you by pushing that video. And so for number 3, the biggest thing I see people not doing or not doing well enough, especially when you're first starting out, is you haven't identified your value for the audience you're trying to gain. And that is, some YouTubers haven't identified what their value is to an audience. That is, there's hundreds of thousands of YouTube channels. Why should someone subscribe to your channel and watch your content versus all the other choices out there? Well, I post videos of gameplay. So does thousands and thousands of other YouTubers. What about your specific content makes you different, makes you special from other YouTubers? Why should they watch your content over somebody else? Are you funny? Are you entertaining? Are you providing them with hacks? Are you giving them knowledge they wouldn't get from other YouTubers? Are you showing them how to unlock certain levels, certain weapons, certain items? Are you recording your videos in 4K, like high level quality? You know, what value, what are they getting out of your content? Why should they watch it versus anyone else? And if you can't answer that question, why should they subscribe to your channel? What are you going to give them that they're not going to get anywhere else? If you can't answer that question, then that's a huge red flag, and you need to address that and figure that out. And so, like, for instance, for this channel, I have multiple channels, but for this channel in particular, what are they getting from my content? They're getting tips and methods and tools, the same ones that I use, that I've had success with, that work, and I'm just sharing that content with them. Now, there's lots of other channels that do the same thing, but I have multiple channels, and I've shown my other channel analytics on this channel. Actually, my last video I showed inside another channel. So I have experience in other niches, because anyone with a YouTube channel can say, I'm going to show you how to grow on YouTube, and they just show you how to grow a YouTube channel. That's how to grow a YouTube channel. But they don't know how to grow a gaming channel. They don't know how to grow other channels. And the other thing that I do is I do it as quickly as possible. So I know people are in a hurry. They want to get the information. So I just make the video short, concise, to the point. And so that's sort of my value that I try to give to my subscribers and to my audience. So that said, those are the 3 things, the 3 major things I see over and over again when I look at other people's channels that ask me to. So go through those 3 things I just mentioned. That is capitalizing on the fact that YouTube is a search engine, utilizing free tools, free extensions like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, focusing on your thumbnails and title and view duration to get your videos pushed around YouTube's platform by YouTube, and identifying what value you provide to people that watch your channel. What are you doing that's different? Because this is a huge competition. All YouTube is a huge competition anymore. So you can't just post willy-nilly videos and expect everyone to subscribe to you, because there's people out there that are gonna kick your teeth in, because they're gonna post videos that are 10 times better than yours if that's all you're doing. So you really have to come up with something very creative, a value you're gonna provide to them that they're not gonna be able to get from too many other channels, and let them know at the beginning of your channel that's what you're there for. And that's how you get people to subscribe, and that's how you can help grow your channel. So I hope this helps. Let me know what you think in the comments below. With that, I'm going to wrap this up, and I will see you in the next video.